All right, so we just did continuity from equations. Now we're going to do continuity from a graph. The same rules apply. We're still looking at left-hand limit, right-hand limit, and the value of the function at that point. So if we're looking at -1, I'm going to mark that on my graph. Here's our first place. So as I approach -1 from the left, my limit is 0. I'm going to y equals 0. And I guess this is not defined, so we'll call this f of x. From the right, we're also going to 0. And you do need that function to define, so you can't just write limit and not have the function in there. Like if you just leave that part out, that doesn't make any sense. Again, that's just like saying cosine or multiply. It doesn't make any sense to leave that piece out. All right, and then the value of our function at -1, f of -1 is 0. So since the left-hand limit equals the right-hand limit, and that is also equal to our value of our function, this is continuous. So the limit, the two-sided limit, is equal to f of -1. It's a pretty concise way to say it. Okay, at 0 is the next place we're looking. So here's 0. From the left, I'm going to -1. So the limit as x approaches 0 from the left of f of x is -1. The limit as x approaches 0 from the right of f of x, let's look at our guy from the right. From the right, it's this curve, and it's going to -2. So that two-sided limit does not exist. At 0, f of 0 is -1. But all three of those do not match. So f of x is not continuous. At x equals 0. Left hand, right hand, what's actually happening at the point. All right, last one, 2. And 2, we're going to have 3 different values. So this one is not continuous at 2, spoiler alert, but let's work through it. All right, from the left, as I approach 2, which is on this line right here, as I approach 2 from the left, my graph is going to 2. So my left-hand limit is 2. My right-hand limit, we're going to 0. And my actual value at that point, f of 2, is 1. So none of those match. Since none of those match, our function is not continuous at x equals 2. So that is continuity from a graph.